And to discuss the activities of terrorists in Kaduna State, we have the crisis communication expert, Chidi Omeje, joining me on Zoom from Abuja. Chidi, it's good to have you join me right now. All right, sorry, it's Bala Mohammed, not Chidi. Bala, it's good to have you join me now.
How are you?
I'm fine. Sorry for mixing your name earlier on. Now, it's obvious that we have, all right, it's obvious we have crisis in our hands. And at this point where you get daily reports of attacks, daily reports of sometimes kidnapping, daily report of harassment and all of that, it seems it's leading to information fatigue or overload, where the impact and the effect of hearing that one person was kidnapped and someone would say, okay, it's just one person or something. What do you make of this kind of crisis situation where the normal thing now is for you to wait to hear those kind of news?
Yeah, you see, in other similar fora, we've been talking about the insecurity, the methodology, tactics, and of their attacks. It's still not far-fetched from what we've been saying. You see, it is good for the government and other security stakeholders to understand the intricacies and the implication of this rampant security attacks in almost all the northern states in Nigeria. What we are saying and what we are trying to look into is what you call risk assessment, risk security assessment. Then after which, then you go on with the content analysis. But before you go into, you also need to identify and need to know what exactly is behind this. We have two major categories of groups that are aiding this insecurity. But before this, analyzing the two major categories, it is also important if we can also understand the categorization and classification of these banditry activities. First of all, we have the conflict entrepreneurs. And these conflict entrepreneurs is a composition and conglomeration of people from all walks of life, including the security agencies, including the traditional rulers, including the religious leaders, including the youths and women groups. We also have the interest of the international community, which is the second aspect. And this interest of the international community naturally is what we term as disaster capitalism. There is no way peace will be restored in African countries with abundance of resources like Nigeria. So they give money to instigate crisis. In return, they give out their weaponry for sale to those crisis states. The last category, which is small in nature, is a miscellaneous group. Those who are hijacking the activities of the banditry, but they are not bandits, so to say. But they kidnap, they go into houses, kidnap, kill, and maim, even raping. But they are not terrorists. So let's go back to the issue that I mentioned, the state actors and non-state actors. These state actors also are embedded in the three categories I mentioned: the conflict entrepreneurs, the interests of the international community, and the miscellaneous. The state actors here composed of people holding offices, because this is very lucrative venture. There is no way. Some of them are connected with outside world, and some of them are internally connected. Then we have the non-state actors, those people that if they mention their names as part of those groups that were involved in this menace, you won't believe it, because they are sent in the community. They are not even seen partaking in the political affairs of this country. So what we are saying and what we've been propagating and what we are trying to also portray to the government to understand is for the government now if you go down to Kaduna, for example, Kaduna area, Binnungwari area, you cannot identify specific area of these bandits. They use what we call hit and run tactics. You cannot get them in a particular place. So the earlier they now synergize between the state governors affecting states, the security agencies partaking in this fight, the better for them. Because if you go down now, they attack and run to bushes not only within the suzerainty of Kaduna, but they also go on to other states at that particular time. So it is for the government now to do the risk assessment and the content analysis.
Okay.
If they do the risk assessment, they will be able to identify the exact location of these people. And the irony of these attacks and the irony of non-talent attitude from the security agencies is that you don't allow your enemy to strike before you strike.
All right.
You strike first and keep him busy.
Okay.
That will also make him not to be able to have enough time for him to attack.
All right, we have to leave you here now. Bala Muhammad, thank you so much for talking to us. You're a security analyst, joining us to make sense of some of the challenges we have in here. Bala Muhammad, thank you very much for your time.